The Sterlington Panthers handled business as usual this past Friday with a big 44-6 win over Louisville, and this continues their dominant playoff run, but Coach Doty says the team's goal is just to survive and advance. Well, you're doing much more than that when you're outscoring your playoff opponents 115-32.
Well, I mean, that's our goal always, is to, survive and advance. So very happy with our kids. Thought we played well, thought we came out and, kind of established a run early and, looking forward to a big game next week.
They say some rivalries are just formed out of proximity, but others are formed out of familiarity. And the second is surely true in this one, as the Sterlington Panthers prepare to take on the St. James Wildcats for the third consecutive year. And this time, the high-stakes matchup has a trip to the Dome on the line. This matchup has had a theme of revenge. Let's flash back 2 years ago to 2023. The Panthers had another matchup at home in the semis versus St. James, just like this one. And St. James marched into Sterlington and got the win 28-17. The next year in 2024, the two would meet up again, but this time with a state championship on the line. And Coach Doty let us know how he felt about that 2023 matchup the year before.
Yeah, it was definitely a motivating factor for us when we found out we were on the same side. Actually when we found out we were going to play them this week. But it was rough to lose to them guys on a home field last year and watch them dance all over the place. So I kind of had a chip on my shoulder about this one, not going to lie. And we try to make sure our kids had a chip on their shoulder this week about it. And it just is what it is. I leave it at that.
Well, if the shirts didn't give it away, the Panthers got their revenge and a state title win, 35-28 over the St. James Wildcats. But now heading into their matchup this week, the focus for the Panthers isn't on what happened last year. It's on themselves and getting better every week.
We just got to get better this week. The fumble and the penalties. We got to. You can't do that against St. James and expect to win. So we got some things to clean up. But we're proud of our kids tonight, and go Panthers.
While their focus is on themselves, they will have some key guys on the other side to focus on, like Jakias Villanueva, who's averaging 100 receiving yards a game, and he's just one part of a St. James offense that put up 546 total yards against Oak Grove last week. But the Panthers, in their prolific run game that's already totaled over 400 yards in the playoffs, are sure to have some answers as they try to make sure this revenge pattern doesn't continue. Reporting for The Score, I'm Shaw Pryor.